Just a quick welcome to the channel. Yeah. So today I just want to talk about three BL drama that I personally feel that are very underrated. Like they are literally underrated. Okay, so I'm going to start now. So, people don't really talk about, like, they don't really talk about it. They don't talk about it enough, or they just overlook them because they are not always trendy or heavily promoted. But honestly, when you actually sit down and watch them properly, you would realize that each of them has something that they are very unique and emotional in their own way. So we have two Taiwanese BL. I'm going to repeat again: two Taiwanese BL, which are called Secret Lover and The Promise of the Soul. And then we have one Japanese BL, which is Love is a Poison. And I was going to I'm going to break them down, I'm going to break them down in the way I personally understand them. So starting with Secret Lover, this drama focuses on Hanto, also known as Hato, and Lujushi. Again, guys, sorry about the mispronunciation of names. Now, these are two childhood friends, but not the normal, not the normal cute childhood friend. Well, they were kind of cute in the beginning, but as things start to, shift, things just start changing between them. Okay, they were actually both very lonely kids emotionally. More like Hanto is lonely. So when Jushi first saw Hanto sitting alone in a park, it did not ignore him. He went to meet him, started talking to him, and invited him to play. That small moment became the foundation of their entire relationship. From that point, they grew up together, and they say they did everything together. They became each other's whole world. So they ate together, they studied together, they went to school together, they spent holiday celebrations together. Everything together. But as they started going into teenagers, and then university life began, things started shifting emotionally. Jushi started noticing something strange inside himself. He didn't fully understand it at first, but he started feeling jealous whenever Hanto was close to other girls. And the truth is, Hanto was always getting attentions. He was popular, always surrounded by people, always dating different girls in schools and in university. But what Junshi didn't know was that Hanto was not doing all of that because he truly cared about those girls. He actually had feelings for Junshi. The problem is, instead of saying it directly, everything was shown in a very confusing and indirect way. So whenever girls try to get close to Junshi, Hanto would step in. Sometimes he would distract them. Sometimes he would even date them himself just to stop them from getting close to Junshi. And that's where everything starts, becoming emotional, complicated. Because now it's not just friendship anymore. It's love that is not being expressed properly. There is jealousy, silence, confusion, and feeling that neither of them is fully ready to admit. And that makes this drama interesting. Like, it makes it very interesting. It's not loud or dramatic, but it's that slow emotional tension where you can literally feel something is changing between them. Even when they are together, there's still that emotional gap that neither of them knows how to close. So I'll say and I'll still give it an 8/10. Now, moving on to The Promise of the Soul. This one is very different in tones and concepts. Yep, very different. Now we are talking about Zi Samfang and Yi Hayu. So again, guys, sorry about the mispronunciation of the name. I'm going to try my best. So now, Zhu Sanfang is that typical perfect university student, popular, the good-looking guys in campus, always seen as someone who has everything figured out, the type everyone look up to because he's very handsome. Yeah, on the other hand, is very reserved, quiet, and emotional distant. He doesn't open up easily and tend to keep everything to himself. So from the beginning, their relationship is already not smooth. There's misunderstanding, emotional distance, and even some kind of silent tension between them. They don't understand each other properly, and it feels like they are always standing on different emotional level. But what makes this drama stand out is that supernaturally twist. It's supernaturally twist. The whole spirit, body, and situation just make it so good. And this is where things get really complicated, because it's not just about romance anymore. It becomes, something deeper, more emotional, honestly, and more confusing for some viewers. Now, I know a lot of people complain about this drama. Some people say it's messy, some say it doesn't make sense, some say the storyline is too much. But personally, I feel like that is exactly what makes it interesting, because underneath all that confusion, there is actually a very emotional message about love, regret, time, and connection. It shows how people can be tied together in ways that are not always normal or simple. And sometimes love is not about physical connection, it's about emotional understanding. Even though strange circumstance, even though there's strange circumstance. So for me, I still see it as something unique, and I would give this 8.5/10. Lastly, love is a poison. This one is probably the most intense out of the three. We are talking about Haruto and Ryoma. Haruto is a con artist, very smart, very strategic, someone who knows how to, read people and situations. He survived by a manipulative system and understanding human behavior. Ryoma, on the other hand, is a top lawyer, very respected, very serious, very controlled, and very private. He lives by rules, structure, and logic. So just from that alone, you already know that, these two words don't match at all. Like, they literally don't match at all. At the beginning, Haruto doesn't enter Ryoma life in a normal way. He started with manipulation, pressure, and even blackmail. He basically forced his way into Ryoma personal space, but that's what makes it interesting. What makes it interesting is that Ryoma doesn't completely shut him down. Instead, Haruto ends up staying around him, and slowly things start changing. Haruto begins living in his house, observing his life, and eventually even helping him with cases at work. And this is where this is where shift happens, because what started as manipulation slowly began turning into trust, and then into something emotional. They start understanding each other more. Breaking down walls they didn't even realize they had. But of course, it doesn't stay simple, because how do you explain a relationship between a lawyer and a con artist? How do you explain that? One believe in law, the other bends it. One build justice, the other survive through deception. So naturally, conflicts come inside, outside pressure comes in, and their relationship gets tested from all sides. But what makes it interesting is that despite everything, they still keep getting drawn to each other, and that's what makes this story really different. This is not perfect love, but complicated love between two completely different worlds. And yeah, this one is very intense and definitely worth watching. So yeah, these are 3 BL dramas I personally feel are very underrated. They are not the most popular, not always trendy, but if you actually watch them properly, you would realize each one has its own depth and emotional layer. And yeah, this is very good. This is nice, and let's watch it. And it starts with episode 1 of each of them. And yeah, they are all out completed series already. That's all for today, guys. Bye.